Hey, Jason and Jake here. In previous videos, we've talked about consistency and behavior and the things that you should be doing on a day-to-day basis, but we really didn't get specific with what tools are available to you at this stage in the business. Keep in mind, this is pre-launch until February 1. We're an immature organization. Things are still coming together. The cement is still wet. There are not a lot of tools available to you right now at your disposal. Those are coming. But in the meantime, we do have some staples that you can certainly tie into and leverage to their full extent. And so, Jake, you want to talk about what those tools are?
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I think, through this process, my experience has always been that you can either work your business or you can build it. And working is some of the things we do. It's our team call that we have on Sundays, every Sunday at 7. It's spending time in your back office, maybe watching these videos, doing different things. That's working. Not saying that's not important, but those are not income-producing activities. Income-producing activities always require the same thing, and that is talking to people, right? It's talking to people, whether it's on the phone. So, as an example, every Tuesday and Thursday night, we do an opportunity call. I get to host it, and Jason presents the information about Yevo. So, why are those important, and how can people utilize those, in building their business over the next 30, 45 days?
Well, you can, rely on your own voice to tell the story over and over and over again, which is fine, and you should be doing that. Or you can rely on somebody else's voice, and it's for third-party credibility, it's always better, particularly when you're talking to people that really know you, right? It's an interesting social dynamic that people that know you and love you, it's almost a license to kick the crud out of you. And so, but coming from a stranger has a completely different level of professionalism and intent. And so, also, you can leverage, many people can listen to that call all at the same time. And I can remember my network marketing career early on, for the previous 30 minutes leading up to a call, I blocked out that time and I was literally calling every single person that I could get to and saying, here's a phone number, dial this number at the top of the next hour. And I did that for the 30 minutes leading up to the call. I knew if I did it any earlier than that, people would probably forget.
That's great. That's actually really great. I think coaching and advice, because I think that's something that people miss. And here's the power in that. I mean, look, I think if you're doing this by yourself, you're doing it wrong, right? What's the quote? We were just talking about it today in regards to leveraging, the power of other people. You said it earlier today when we were talking.
Yeah, network marketing is really the business embodiment of J. Paul Getty saying, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own.
Yeah, so one of the ways that, besides the opportunity calls that you have at your disposal, is you actually sitting down one-on-one and sharing it with people, and that's a great way to do it. But again, that's solely relying upon you. So man, leverage our time, leverage our efforts on your behalf with that third-party credibility. Our team calls on Sunday. Granted, they're not opportunity focused. I think they're probably just as powerful, because I think it gives, I think it's a window into the culture and really, I think, the family environment that we have at Yevo.
Yeah, our Sunday evening calls, they're 30 minutes in duration, but really they're sort of extemporaneous versions of what we're doing right now. And we're talking about what happened in the previous week. We're talking about updates. Things that you might be able to find in your back office that weren't in existence the previous Sunday ago. We talk about, we'll have guest, people on the call. We have Dr. Stacey Bell, who's head of your scientific advisory board, talking about, the products and how valid they are and how significant they are to mankind. We've had your CEO, David Brown, on the call, Chief Sales Officer Kirby Zenger on the call. So these calls are different in nature from our weekly business opportunity calls. These are training calls. These are calls that are designed to make you more efficient and more effective at building your business, whereas the Tuesday, Thursday calls are designed to get more people into your business.
Yeah, so I think that's a great follow-up to somebody being on an opportunity call. Again, just reinforcing the partnership that there is and the support that they have. The other thing I would say, and probably one of the most powerful resources that we have, is three-way calls. And we're going to do a video right after this one on specifically how to properly do a three-way call. But again, three-way calls.
Yeah, well, three-way calls, again, are sort of the individual equivalency of the live opportunity call where, you know, people that aren't you are basically saying what you have previously said to your friend or your neighbor, the person that you're talking to about Yevo International, and they're coming on and they're validating the things that you've said, plus giving them obviously more information. Three-way calls are absolutely critical to sort of closing the loop on the whole experience for that new person, that prospect that's looking at the business.
Right. So again, we've got you doing one-on-one, meetings, presentations with people. You can also invite people into your home and really share Yevo and what the products are all about. But then you have the ability to do our Tuesday and Thursday live opportunity calls and plug people into those. We have our Sunday calls. You have three-way calling that you can do three-way calls, and we'll speak to that. And then the last thing, and this is what I would tell you, you have the video that's on your replicated site. And I would encourage you, before you get anybody on one of these calls, try to get them to watch that video because it does a great job establishing the need. And so let's, I guess, close this video out with the call-in information and the times of those calls that we do on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Yeah, these are staples until otherwise notified. And once we're up and running out of the box, we may cut back the frequency of the opportunity calls. We'll always do the Sunday night training calls, but these are staples for now until otherwise notified. And the number for all the calls, regardless of their opportunity calls or the training calls, the phone number, the conference bridge number is exactly the same. It's 712-432-7600. 712-432-7600 is the dial-in number, and then the system will ask you for an access code. The access code is 98765#. Just start at 9, count backwards till you get to 5. 98765 followed by the pound sign, and you're in. 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain. That is 8 o'clock Central and 9 Eastern. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays.
I'm glad you did that last part because I would have forgot the time. So you guys have those resources, and so we look forward to hearing you guys on those calls.